Hi everyone, so here's my video with Maeve Madden, the absolutely gorgeous fitness blogger. So I just cleaned her face with some Garnier water, cleansing water. It's much better than makeup wipes. And I am now squirting her face with MAC Prep and Prime and just sort of pushing it in, blending it in with a sponge just so the skin's really absorbed it. This makeup look is a glowy summer look, focusing on the eyes. I am now putting Stay Don't Stray by Benefit Cosmetics on her eyelids. Just covering the whole eyelids and simply blending it up right up to the brow bone with a concealer brush. This concealer brush is by number 7, but you can use any concealer brush. And you just really want to make sure it's completely blended and the whole eye right up to the eyebrow is completely covered, so it gets rid of any redness and literally leaves you with a blank canvas ready for the eyeshadow. There we go. So now I'm using the Naked 3 palette, and I've picked a transition colour to blend into the crease. So with this look, I kind of wanted to keep the lid quite bright and just sort of focus on definition on the eyelid, using sort of some plummy, pinky, nudie, champagne-y colours really, because Maeve has got that lovely Irish complexion, and I didn't want to go heavy with golds and bronzes and oranges and goldy yellows. I wanted to do something soft. So the Naked Palette 3 is really good for this. It's got lots of mauvey, pinky, bronzy colours, but they're soft. So I'm just blending it from the outside inwards with a spectrum brush, just in the crease like an arch. And now with a slightly darker colour and a smaller blending brush, I'm in the crease again and just adding a little bit more definition, but just not being as sort of generous. Make sure you only put a tiny bit of that colour on the brush, and you sort of blend in a V shape, so through the arch and slightly down. You can see it's like a sideways V, just to give that feline look. Maeve obviously finds me hilarious. So just continuously blend. I'm not putting any more product on the brush, I'm just blending. Okay, I put a little bit more on then probably here, but hardly any. I'm just really defining it, just smoking it up gradually. You have to be patient with this. And if you're a beginner, definitely start with as little product as possible and work your way up so you don't make a mistake. I'm now blending it with the first brush I used with the transition colour on it. Just to prevent it getting any darker really. I think that's as dark as I wanted it to go. I was quite happy with that, and now I'm just blending it to make it as natural as possible. A little bit more definition. Yeah, and like I was saying, if you're a beginner, you're better off adding more rather than wiping it all off. Blend, blend, blend. More blending now along the lash line, and now on the other eye. I just wanted to sort of show you how important it is to blend, and that's why, sorry about that, that was my boyfriend's dad making lots of noise in the background. So blend, 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 blend on the other eye so they're exactly the same and even. So now I'm going along the lash line with the darker colour, but making sure that the centre of the eyelid is still nice and bright. Okay, so blend, blend, blend. Now I'm using a lighter colour, the lightest colour on the Naked 3 palette. I think it's called Dust, but I might be wrong. So yeah, I'm putting that on the lids now, so it's like a really light pink. Again, just keeping it nice and bright. And now I'm using my Max Factor Excess Shimmer in Copper with a flat sort of stubby smudge brush. I'm dipping it in, and I am now... Sorry about that, I just had to sneeze. So yeah, I'm now pressing it. Don't brush it, press it onto the lid, now keeping it on that bright centre part of the lid. And I'm now setting it with All That Glitters by MAC Cosmetics. It's a really nice nudie, champagne-y, glittery eyeshadow, and that's just to, again, make sure that it's nice and bright, and that her eyes aren't too dark, and that definition is still there. There we go, I'm just pressing it in. And now just blending everything together so there's no obvious lines. Blend, blend, blend. Beautiful. Okay, now with my Charlotte Tilbury Barbarella Brown iconic liquid eyeliner, I'm lifting her brow. So this is what I do to apply eyeliner. I lift the brow with my finger so that I can get as close to the lash line as possible, and just in little circular motions I draw along the lash line, and I kind of only do it really like 3/4 of the way, and then I just smudge it across using a really thin smudge brush, because I like natural eyeliner. I don't really like liquid liner. I'm not a massive fan. I think it's a little bit out of fashion now, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, try this eyeliner out. It's beautiful. It's a really nice dark rich brown, and it goes on so easily. It's lovely and soft. So there's the smudgy brush that I was talking about, and I'm just going along the lash line and blending it across the whole eye, whole lash line, and giving it a little flick at the end. Again, to create that feline look. I think I'm saying it right. Apologies if I'm not. Okay, now with a wipe, I'm just cleaning underneath the eye. You probably noticed that I do the eye makeup first. This is just so nothing falls down. So now Hourglass primer. It's a face primer. It's a really good one. It makes your makeup last forever. And with another Spectrum brush, I'm applying it across the whole face. Nice and quickly. You only need a little pump for this. It's £20 for the small bottle, but it's worth it. It's a good oil resistant primer. Now another primer, Girl Meets Pearl. I love this, and Maeve loved this too. It adds glow to your face. The Hourglass doesn't, so that's why I chose 2 primers. You can see that her face is glowing. I'm now applying the Naked foundation by Urban Decay. It's their new weightless illuminating foundation in shade 2. I wanted her freckles to show through for this summer look, so that's why I chose something light and not heavy. It's also great for holiday where it's hot. You don't want cakey foundation in hot climates. It's just not okay. You don't want to melt or feel horrible and sticky. So try this Urban Decay Naked foundation. It's lovely. Okay, now with my Nars Illuminating Concealer for under the eye in Chantilly. It's a lot lighter than what Maeve uses, but I just love really light under eyes. You can always warm it up with a little bit of bronzer if it's too light. But like I said, she's got that lovely Irish complexion, so the Chantilly blended in well with her skin tone. And I'm almost contouring with it. I'm using my Squidgy Unicorn Tear by Spectrum to blend it in, getting right into the corner, and just keeping the eye nice and bright. And you can use your finger if it's easier, just to press in and make sure that your skin's really absorbing that makeup. And it's all blended in nicely. That's how you get a really natural look. Look how bright she looks. Oh, her makeup looks lovely. There we go. She's showing it off. Very good. Now with my Brow-ins by Benefit, I'm moving on to the eyebrows. I'm using the powder, then the wax, then the powder. I use them both, I mix them both because the wax sets the brows and the powder fills in the gaps. So you might as well do them both at the same time, or you can do powder first, then wax, or wax, then powder. It's totally up to you. So right brow, left brow. Now mascara. I'm using my favourite mascara, Bobbi Brown Eye Opening Mascara. It's great for a dramatic look. It's nice and thick, makes your lashes voluminous, very dark, and very long. It's definitely the best mascara I've used in a long time. Thanks, Bobbi Brown. Okay, I kind of felt like I could see darkness still under her Maeve's eyes, just in the corners. She had been to Milan, so she was probably a little bit tired. So I used my Bobbi Brown medium Bisque under eye concealer, which is like a nice pinky colour, just to cancel out any of that bluey redness. You should really put that on first and then the Nars Illuminating, but I didn't really realise until afterwards, so it's not the end of the world. Okie doke. Now I'm putting on some eyelashes. They're Kiss eyelashes. I think it's called Kiss. I found them in Boots on offer and I really like them. Apparently it's from Natural Hair and they were on offer for like £5. And they were really good quality, so I'll definitely be getting them again. I use the stubby brush to just press it onto the lash line, by the way, just to make sure it's really secure. Okay, sorry, speeding ahead a little bit. The same eyeshadows as I used for the top of the transition colour, I'm using along her lash line, and then the darker brown, the darkest colour on the palette, I'm using along the lash line rather than a liner, just because it gives a sort of more I don't know, smoky finish, I guess, rather than a defined finish. I picked up the wrong brush there, sorry, apologies, ignore the concealer brush. And I'm now smudging it. I don't go all the way in, I kind of, like I said, 3/4 of the way. And here's the finished look. That was quick. Sorry, it was a little bit rushed there, but don't you think it looks amazing? It's nice and glowy. For the rest of the look, I just kept it really natural. I used my Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick and my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. So I hope you liked the video, the tutorial. Maeve wanted a nice glowy look, perfect for holidays.